Hello Joe. Okay, so we had really quite a wide-ranging lesson this week, didn't we? From everything from, gosh, breathing to iambic pentameter and feather touch and finding the expression in the dissonances and everything. Great stuff. So, just a couple of points on each of these two pieces. Haydn. We did that thing about conducting. Conducting, of course, is really good because you're feeling, there's a physical motion to each beat that you're conducting, and we found that there's that really nice sense of detailed control when you're thinking in three. But maybe we need to be thinking more of that one in a bar. So really just think about 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, which means that you start each of these almost from nothing really. It is just, and I'm not thinking 1, 2, and that's the difference. I'm hearing that a few times. I've not always heard that, but it's just really comes from nowhere. And the moment you get at all tense, and I start to hear that again, that tone just becomes much harder. On the upbeats certainly, but throughout. So that feather-like touch, that you just really need to be thinking, just floating. I always talk about those astronaut arms, that's really just going to help you if you're not thinking about individual beats, but just thinking 1 and 1. And you like to think about that B flat still, which is great actually, because it does shape the whole phrase, but you're thinking of it as part of the shape rather than the beats of the bar. But just spend some time just thinking about conducting yourself in one in a bar, and that's really gonna work. And likewise, all these points you get in this piece, just take a moment just to reset yourself. You feel your feet flat on the floor, take a moment, take a pause, feet flat on the floor, you're sitting nice and upright, your shoulders are loose, your hips are loose, and you begin each of the sections with that check, so you can just go straight in then. And you know that you're nice and light to get into all of that stuff. So that's going to be really good for you. And then sit down. As you sit down, just really feel that you're sitting nice and upright. Sitting bones are there. Your feet flat on the floor, and you're almost just hanging in position. You're not tensing anything. Okay. And then you can play this up to speed. And just keep that going. And if you've got that, that's what you want to be thinking about. Don't think about your thumb, or I think it's your thumb you're doing it. If I think just about the third finger and try and tone down the thumb, you can hear it just fits in, and then I just shake it loose and just think about moving that third finger in time. There you go. And it comes out hopefully nice and even as a trill, and that's what you want to be thinking about. So practice it up to speed with that rhythm just on the third finger, and see how that works. And you can play this all to me next week. Play it all the way through, and don't worry that memorise section at the end is dropped, as I said, because that's really good for you. Once you've done that, you can drop it back in your memory, and you'll find it's still there. You just bring it back up, and it does make a stronger memory every time you forget it and then re-memorise it. It's much stronger memory than it would have been before. So have good fun with that, and I'll hear the whole thing next week. Bro.